Every advanced chip on Earth depends on something you've probably never heard of. Not silicon, not software. This, a gas so invisible, most people don't even know it exists. But if it disappears, chip production doesn't slow down. It stops. And right now, that's not a hypothetical. It's already under threat. So what is this gas, and why is it suddenly at risk? From iPhones, to AI servers, to military systems. The entire semiconductor industry depends on a fragile supply chain built around this one resource. And right now, that supply is being disrupted, not by demand, but by geopolitics. Real, active conflict. Because in 2026, tensions in the Middle East aren't just affecting oil. They're starting to hit something far more unexpected. And the problem isn't just that it's rare, it's where it comes from. To understand why this matters, you need to understand how chips are made. Inside semiconductor factories, machines use extreme ultraviolet lasers to carve circuits smaller than a virus onto silicon wafers. At that scale, nothing can go wrong. Not temperature, not vibration, not contamination, because even the smallest instability can ruin an entire batch of chips. And that creates a problem, because those machines don't work in normal conditions. They need an environment that is ultra-stable, extremely pure, and completely inert. And that's where this gas comes in. That gas is helium. And what's scary is this entire industry depends on it. Helium isn't just important, it's irreplaceable. Helium isn't just for balloons. Inside chip factories, it's used to cool high-energy systems, stabilize extreme environments, and enable the precision required to manufacture modern semiconductors. Without it, machines overheat, precision drops, and production breaks. There's no easy substitute. And it's not just about availability. Helium has properties that make it extremely difficult to replace. It doesn't react with anything. It doesn't freeze under normal conditions. And it remains stable even in extreme environments. Which sounds like a small detail until you realize nothing else behaves like this at scale. Which is exactly why it's used in some of the most advanced machines on Earth. There are alternatives being tested, but none of them match helium at scale. Which means for now, this isn't just a dependency. It's a dependency with no real backup, and no quick way to scale supply. Which means this entire industry depends on something most people never even think about. And the real danger isn't how we use helium, it's how we get it. Helium comes from massive facilities in the Middle East. The same region now at the center of escalating conflict. In 2026, tensions between the US and Iran have intensified. Strikes, retaliation, regional attacks, and it's no longer contained. Energy infrastructure is being hit, industrial facilities are being targeted, and critical supply chains are getting pulled into the conflict. At one point, Qatar alone accounted for nearly 1/3 of the world's helium supply. And now, that supply is being disrupted. Recent attacks have started affecting gas production in the region, putting a massive portion of global helium at risk. At the same time, shipping routes are being threatened. Because even if helium is produced, it still has to move. And that's where things get even more fragile. Helium isn't something we manufacture. It forms over millions of years underground, and we only get it as a byproduct of natural gas extraction, which means supply depends on a handful of gas fields, a few processing facilities, and a small number of countries. And when that supply was disrupted before, prices spiked, shortages hit, and industries felt it almost immediately. And chips aren't the only industry competing for it. Helium is also critical for MRI machines in hospitals, space exploration and rocket systems, and advanced scientific research. Which means when supply gets tight, it's not just a tech problem. it becomes a global competition. Now combine that with another reality. This supply isn't just limited, it's concentrated. And concentrated systems don't fail slowly. They fail all at once. And right now, that entire region is becoming unstable, not gradually, but all at once. Almost all of this supply passes through one place, the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow stretch of water that handles nearly 20% of the world's oil trade, and around a fifth of global LNG shipments, all passing through a single route. And now, it's becoming a battlefield. In recent weeks, ships have been attacked, traffic has dropped dramatically, and in some cases, halted completely. Hundreds of vessels have already been affected, some stranded, others refusing to enter. And this isn't just oil. Helium shipments have been caught in the same disruption, with containers stuck near the region and unable to move. And the effects are already starting to show. This isn't a future risk. It's already happening. In fact, this isn't the first time the world has faced a helium shortage. Over the past 2 decades, there have been multiple supply crises, each triggered by disruptions in just a few key facilities. And every time, the pattern is the same. Supply drops suddenly, prices surge, and industries scramble to adapt. Right now, helium shortages are starting to hit global supply chains. Prices are rising. Companies are scrambling for alternatives. And some chip manufacturers are already preparing for disruptions. In fact, some major producers only have a few months of helium reserves left, because helium isn't easy to store long-term, and it's not easy to replace. At the same time, demand for chips is exploding. AI models, data centers, electric vehicles, defense systems. Everything is scaling, all at once, on top of a supply chain that's becoming more unstable by the day. Which means even a small disruption doesn't stay small, and when that happens, the effects don't stay inside the tech industry. So that tank you saw at the beginning, it's not just a container. It's a bottleneck, a single point of failure for one of the most important industries on Earth. Because behind every device you use, every system you rely on, and every technology shaping the future, there are invisible dependencies holding it all together. And right now, one of them is under pressure, not from innovation, not from demand, but from conflict. Because the next global tech disruption might not start in a lab or a company, but in a region most people aren't even paying attention to. And the scariest part? When it happens, most people won't even know what caused it. And by the time it does, it's already too late to fix it.